Hi everyone, Keith Arkenberg Farms. It's now mid-May and everything on the farm is growing great, as you can see around me. But it's also that time when I have to get my tomato plants up in the air now or I'm going to be too late. So I'll show you the two methods we use. Head over to that greenhouse. So let me show you. And we are off to the races. So we are going to do two different types of trellising here. First one is the single line method. The second one is a modified tomato cage method, which I've deemed the Arkenberg Trellis. So as we go down, we're very careful to pull all of our supplies with us. I have the tomahawks in the tray next to me, all laid out lengthwise in the tray. That's just a 10-20 deep flat that I'm using. Fit in there very nicely, almost like they were designed to fit in there. Go figure. So I'm being very careful, only standing up once, hooking to my trellis line, bringing it down, clipping at the bottom, which we'll get to here in a second. Now this is a 60-foot row of cherry tomatoes, so we single line these, and they're spaced at 18 inches on center, staggered down the bed. About 12 inches in between the bed to keep them a little tighter at the bottom. Now this is a lot of work. Took about an hour and a half to do this. As you'll see, we'll jump around the other side and we'll go in close and actually show you the method that we use of trimming leaves, branches, which are typically called suckers, and actually hooking them up for the trellis.
Here's a close-up of process. Keep my clips down at the bottom. Keep all of my lines behind me. So I work my way backwards. First thing I always do, pop off branches. So I'm just removing the branches, big ones, small ones, all of them. Then I'll take two off the bottom, two leaves, leave the bottom leaf down here because we're going to clip to it. Stand up once and I'll release my line. First, just about ready to hit the ground. Bring it back down to the bottom. We'll go right below the bottom leaf here. Open up our clip. Clip it onto the line, clip it onto the plant, and then we just remove, it's a little low there, we just remove the end of the leaf here, and we start to wrap. Try to do no more than one wrap per leaf node in between where the leaves are, and be very gentle with it, because they do break very easy. In the last couple wraps, if I see any flowers up here at the top, right here, we simply pinch them off, and then we move to the next one. Next one is the same process. Go through and strip my branches. So I'm getting all the branches out of the nodes because we're single lining these. Sometimes you got to break one way and the other way to get them to pop. Take two leaves off, leaving the bottom leaf. And we get our tomato lines. Release some line. We only stand up once. Hang it from our trellis line. Bring it down. Grab a clip. These white ones only last a season or two, then they break. You can hear it cracking. The thicker colored ones work way better. Clip it. Looks like we actually broken our leaf on accident. It's no problem. We'll just get rid of it. We wrap around. Again, remove the little tiny flowering nodes here. And then slide down and move to the next one.
Now, unfortunately, this took me longer than my battery, so it's getting ready to cut out. But next, we're going to move over to our slicer tomatoes and build our trellis for them, which, as far as I know, I've only seen this method with me. If anybody else has seen it, please let me know, because I'd be very interested to find out who actually invented this method. It's almost a modified box method. But first, don't forget, head over to arkenbergfarms.com, scroll down the bottom, digital tools and training. Got a bunch of cool stuff there. Ultimate supply catalogs there as well. I update all the time. That's what we use here on the farm. It's actually free. Also, show notes, a bunch of affiliate links. I'm building up discounts for y'all as well. I've been talking to a lot of other vendors and reps out there, so hopefully there'll be more and more. Be sure to always check that out every video you watch. And seed time, of course, they just did a video yesterday on trellising, and this is how we do it. And now we're on to the Arkenberg Trellis, which I deemed that to name it after myself. Like I said, this is a method that I believe I might have created, but if anybody else has done this in the past, please let me know. So what we're doing is going every 3 tomato plants and putting in T-posts, which is about 5.5 footers, and right in line at the bottom and out in a V. Now we're trying to replicate a tomato cage with this because we have such intense sun in our area that we actually get a lot of shoulder burn. So this is the best method I've found for actually growing our slicer tomatoes. Now I'm actually stretching out the wire on the sides. I've done this with baling twine before, it works great, but I want to be able to reuse this season after season, so this time I'm using electric fence twine. As you can hear, it's actually starting to rain right now. I'm spacing these 5 spaces on the T-posts themselves. So it equals out to about 8 inches in between them. I do find putting them across the top first really tensions them in, and then going from there. There's the end. We do 3 wraps, bend it back in and tuck it. That way we don't have to worry about it. Next, I'm using the fence post clips that they give you. They're actually used to secure the wire on to your T-post. Very great to have whenever you get your T-post. Always ask for the clips because they're almost always included with them. So I'm just doing this very simple. We're just hooking one side and then bringing it around to the other and then looping back through the wire, which we'll show you here in a second. This is just to physically hold them to the T-posts themselves so they do not sag in the middle. But I also want this to be easy to actually take back down at a later date at the end of the season. Here it is. Believe it or not, they're not all manufactured the same, so I have to bend some just a little bit, wrap around, take it through, and then put it over just like that, and it stays nice and secure. Next, we need to make sure that the V we've made does not get any larger because it'll push in my walk paths. So I'm actually just tying a wire in between the two and sucking them together. Same thing, wraps, 3 twists. When we bring it over to the other side, do the same thing. Oh, I did forget to mention, both ends are actually at about a 30-degree angle outwards. So as this thing tensions in, it pulls the post near vertical. Now we're on to actually trimming them. We do not take any branches in this method. The only thing we do for the first round of trimming is snap off the leaves that might be on the bottom and then pick the other ones actually up onto the wire. This way we just get everything off the ground and get good air circulation. We continue on. Pretty quick method, pretty easy. There's our final result. I will not do anything other than just push the vines back into the wire throughout the season. No trimming needed until they hit the top. But there you go. Just like that. Well, that pretty much does it on the trellising systems. Traditional single line, very simple, very easy. Arkenberg Trellis, named after me, of course, because as far as I know, I'm the only person I've ever seen do this, but it works great. So as always, hope y'all liked Saturday. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video, especially this. I want someday people to go, oh, I'm gonna build the Arkenberg Trellis. Be pretty cool. So thank y'all. Have a good day.